laying in bed before you go to sleep and you're on a tablet or on your phone just scrolling. Doom scrolling is the is the term that kids use. Unfortunately, what you're doing is you're really messing with your potential sleep patterns and your ability to fall asleep effortlessly. It's the blue light that's really causing this disruption, and so it's leading to an awful lot of problems. But so is the impact that social media is having on us as well. At the same time, we are also disconnected from frequencies that are meant to be helping us. You can see, in fact, on the screen in front of you right now, grounding is something that was far more prevalent in cultures around the world, all of them, including ours, in decades past. Far less these days. So if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed on a regular basis, or if you're one of those unfortunate individuals that even feels tired after you woke up first thing in the morning, or you're finding you're carrying a little more stress and anxiety, a little more cortisol, that's becoming a much more discussed term, and some of the downsides of cortisol dumped into your system. If that's falling into your awareness, something that you might be struggling with, and of course the fact that we're also surrounded by concrete, by tires on our cars. We really seem to be more disconnected with our surroundings. These two scenarios, bombarded with frequencies that are not assisting us and really missing out on frequencies that could be assisting us, are starting to create some issues for sure. Now, why is this important? Well, the reality is our body, we are electrical beings. This is a very, very important connection, no pun intended, to make. And every single action, every single function of our body has an electrical signal behind it. The thoughts, our movement, any exercise we do, even the beating of our heart requires an electrical signal. And when our charge is strong, we can thrive. We can make it through all the other challenges that we're facing in a day, and we can do so very well. But when that charge is diminished, we start to see a degradation in our health and wellness. We start to be more susceptible to chronic degenerative diseases, autoimmune conditions, and the like. So, as I said before at the start of this presentation, the good news is, according to the CDC, the challenges that we're facing are completely preventable. But there is an action that we need to take now, far more important now than it ever has been in the past. And this is perhaps why PEMF is starting to, let's just say, send a ripple around the world of awareness. People are starting to hear about this when perhaps they've even been focused on their health and wellness and had not heard about PEMF. Now, PEMF is an acronym for Pulse Electromagnetic Field. And this was something that was largely identified and developed many decades ago by NASA. As you could imagine, NASA spends a large sum of money, millions, billions, and even into trillions of dollars, depending on which era we're talking about. And one of the elements that was always within their control was selecting the best pilots to ultimately become astronauts. And as pilots in the military, they were keenly aware, were able to monitor the health of their future astronauts. And when those individuals went off into space, they were also able to very quickly identify problems that space was causing them. In other words, being away from the Earth's electromagnetic field was causing a great deal of health disruption to these otherwise very healthy individuals. Now, PEMF uses a magnetic pulse from this field to stimulate your body at a cellular level. So this works its way all the way down to DNA strands. It has a profound impact. Now, some of the most obvious benefits are improving circulation, and we're going to give you some empirical evidence of that during this very short presentation. But also reducing pain, reducing inflammation, reducing stress, improving your body's ability to detox, helping get more rest at night so you can be fighting all of the challenges that each day offers while you're sleeping. And this is just a very short list of many, many benefits that can come from PEMF. Here's the best part, though. These benefits are coming to you without the use of drugs and chemicals. How fantastic is that? So now, this zero gravity environment was causing some significant issues with their astronauts. We were seeing an incredible pace a loss of bone density at an extraordinary pace that really surprised doctors and scientists of these astronauts that would come back. Their immune systems would drop dramatically. Their health overall would really suffer. And one of the places that we would encourage you to do a little bit of research on your own is PubMed. Now you can see in the bottom right corner of this slide, pubmed.gov. So this is a government designed site put together by the National Library of Medicine. This is one place that you can go where you're going to find empirical studies, mainstream medical journals as they relate to PEMF and how it can assist your body in and healing and managing chronic degenerative conditions and a whole host of others as well. But for those of you who are AI savvy, even if you're just using Google's AI when you're using your search or you're using any other kind of I would encourage you, especially if you're here as a guest or you're new to this platform, I would encourage you to grab a scrap of paper and grab a pen and scribble down a few keywords because I'm going to give you some as we move through this presentation. And the first keyword I would encourage you to search, do an AI search or PubMed search on your own, is PEMF. And then after that, the second keyword, wellness. And that's going to give you a whole host of information that I think you're going to find absolutely fascinating. But the other thing I would encourage you to scribble down as well is MRET, another acronym, that's Molecular Resonance Effect Technology, MRET, and wellness as well. There's some extraordinary research that's happening all over the world. In fact, NASA is involved with some of it as these fields have this profound impact on healing the body. Now, if you need a little bit more evidence, there was a Nobel Prize that was issued many, many decades ago to a doctor named Warburg, Dr. Otto Warburg. He was the gentleman that made the connection between cellular voltage and cellular health. In fact, you can see on the slide here, this voltage is measured in milliwatts. And that's why you see the small m and the large W. And you can see as your voltage, your cellular voltage drops. In fact, if you're curious as to how this voltage is measured, make that one of your searches as well. How is milliwatt voltage measured on a cellular level in the human body? And you're going to get all the details as to how science is doing exactly this. But you'll notice as that wattage drops, 60 to 40 to 20, you're becoming more vulnerable, more susceptible to chronic degenerative conditions. Now, on the flip side, when you start exposing yourself to, especially specifically between 0 and 30 hertz, your body responds in an extraordinary way. Cells respond, tissues respond, so all of the organs in your body. Your nerves can actually regenerate. So accelerated regeneration of nerves, if any of you have suffered from any nerve damage, perhaps lifting something heavy, a bulging disc, or broken bones and nerves were involved. Also bone growth, bone density increasing at 7 hertz, and also ligament healing at 10 hertz. This should be very, very good news to many of you who were perhaps sporting individuals in your younger years, or perhaps have a very physical job and over the course of a lifetime have gotten a little bit beat up. Because what this slide is actually telling you is you do not have to experience the second half of your life in chronic pain. There are things that can be done that are going to aid in ligament healing, for example, tendons, connective tissues. If someone has shoulder damage, for example, from a rotator cuff injury, there are things that we can do to accelerate the healing of this, reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and ultimately reduce pain without constantly flooding your system with drugs and chemicals. Now, I want to show you some evidence of this, and this is going to probably leave some of you very surprised if you've never seen this before. First thing that you need to note, and take a look at this statement on the screen right now, and you can verify or authenticate this by typing this into any search engine that you want as well. It's important to note that these red blood cells regularly carry a negative charge. And I want you to if you can think back to maybe as you were a child, ever playing with two magnets in the past, and you try to push a positive or negative side of two magnets together and how they would repel each other. They would not want to connect. You'd have to push really hard to make them touch. They would want to slide back and forth. Well, these red blood cells carry a negative charge for exactly that reason. So we don't have a sticky blood situation where red blood cells are sticking together, which would obviously take away from circulation. You know, the capillaries in your body, the arteries in the body, all of those pathways that blood travels through get smaller and smaller as we move towards our appendages, our fingers and toes. In fact, it's no coincidence that often individuals with poor circulation say, my hands are always cold, my feet are always cold. Well, there's reason for that. They're getting poor circulation in their extremities. Now, when that red blood cell has a positive charge, what happens is it can flow in a congregation with other red blood cells without banging into each other for more harmony in that flow. And I'm going to show you some evidence of this right now. We're going to play a 30-second video, and it's going to show you an individual that just had a blood test, blood analysis done. 20 minutes they spent on a PEMF device charging their body, and then blood was taken again and it was placed under the microscope. So you're going to see a process in this 30-second video that took probably about half an hour or 40 minutes to complete. So here are examples of red blood cells sticking together, obviously not doing anyone any good.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Holy smokes.
So there's the same individual after a 20-minute session. Now, so it should come as no surprise to you if we can do that to our blood, if we can see those benefits that quickly. And we're also making sure that our diet is full of the micronutrients that we need for a healthy life, that oxygen and nutrition is being carried all throughout our body, and that it also is going to have a profound impact on healing. I've got a short video for us to watch right now. It is about 5 minutes long, and it's going to introduce you to the concept of PEMF and what's being done specifically regarding the equipment that we're talking about that really makes this gear stand apart.
OlyLife is built on one foundational technology, engineered PEMF. So before we talk about safety, testing, or certifications, it's important to understand what kind of PEMF OlyLife uses and how it's delivered. Because not all PEMF is the same. PEMF stands for Pulsed Electromagnetic Field. Unlike a static magnet, PEMF works through controlled electromagnetic pulses. In PEMF, it's not just about magnetic strength. What matters is the signal itself, the frequency, the waveform, and how that signal changes over time. That's why OlyLife engineers its products using two distinct PEMF approaches, depending on the design and purpose of each device. The first is low-frequency PEMF, created by running low-frequency alternating current through electromagnetic coils. This approach is used in products like the Shaken Massager, Galaxy G1, Vitality Wand, and certain P90 Plus attachments. The second is high-frequency PEMF, generated using high-frequency alternating current, used in the Terra P90 and Terra P90 Plus. Rather than a one-size-fits-all system, each OlyLife product is engineered around a specific PEMF frequency profile. In addition to PEMF, the Terra P90 and P90 Plus, and select products like the Vitality Wand, also incorporate terahertz frequency output, which OlyLife's technical materials describe as having strong penetration, reaching approximately 3 to 5 centimeters beneath the skin. This combination of engineered PEMF frequencies and terahertz output is what makes OlyLife's technology platform technically distinct. And once you understand how this technology works, the next question naturally becomes, how is it tested? And how does OlyLife verify its safety? In the wellness industry, almost anyone can make claims. What separates real companies from hype is independent third-party testing. OlyLife works with Intertek, which is one of the top 3 third-party testing laboratories in the world for device safety and compliance. Intertek is a globally recognized organization trusted by major manufacturers across electronics, medical devices, and consumer technology. They don't sell products, they test them. That's important because it means OlyLife isn't testing its own devices. Independent experts are. In addition, across OlyLife as a company, this commitment to verification is supported by a patent portfolio exceeding 1,000 patents. including both granted patents and patents currently under application. Let's start with the Terra P90. This device has passed international electrical safety standards required in Europe and many global markets. Beyond safety, the Terra P90 was also tested to confirm it emits terahertz and PEMF wavelengths. Independent laboratories measured the radiation spectrum and energy output using calibrated instruments, confirming the technology is measurable and verifiable, not just a claim. Anyone can say PEMF. Very few companies actually test and document it. The Terra P90 is also supported by a patent portfolio of over 200 patents protecting its technology and design. The Terra P90 Plus takes this even further. It is supported by over 200 patents protecting its advanced technology as well. It is also FDA registered in the United States. This does not mean medical claims. As noted by PEMF industry experts, FDA registration means a device is FDA listed, FDA compliant, and manufactured to meet stringent safety and quality standards. It means accountability, responsibility, and compliance. When you combine patents, international safety testing, and FDA registration, you create a very high barrier to entry. That makes this technology extremely difficult to copy or duplicate. The Galaxy G1 is backed by over 100 patents, protecting its core technology. Like the other OlyLife devices, it has passed international safety standards to ensure it meets recognized global requirements. This confirms the device is not only innovative, it's responsibly built. The Vitality Wand is a standalone product with its own testing and verification. It has passed international safety testing and is protected by over 100 patents covering its creation. And just like the other devices, it's been independently tested to confirm terahertz wavelength emission and detectable PEMF frequency output. That means real measurements and real data, not assumptions. The Shaken Massager is FDA registered in the United States and protected by over 200 patents, including 21 patents registered in the United States. It combines 7 time-tested, scientifically studied technologies into one safe, non-invasive wellness platform, a level of engineering and transparency that's rare in the wellness space. At the end of the day, OlyLife isn't about shortcuts. It's about testing before selling, verifying before claiming, and building products the right way. That's why people trust the brand. That's why the technology is difficult to duplicate. And that's why when you share OlyLife, you're sharing something built on safety, credibility, and real verification.
So let's just touch on why you're hearing about this now and why this movement has really started to accelerate throughout the Western world. Western being, of course, North America, Australia, New Zealand, all throughout Europe. And it really has started accelerating. One of the reasons is the company that we're discussing has really made it a mission to release the highest quality PEMF product with a combination of terahertz, as they mentioned in the video, which brings its own extraordinary benefits, all in one device. But not only that, they've been able to bring these products to market using the very, very best technology at the lowest possible price. And we're going to talk more about that in a minute. So what they're focusing on doing is making sure that anyone can afford to have this technology in their home, regardless of what part of the world they live in. Now, Singapore is their base of operations. In fact, I know there are 7 people on this call that have toured this base of operations, and they've seen this wall of patents that you're seeing right now on the screen. And in fact, this patent list is more than 150. You can see 167 specifically of world-class patents that are registered in the OlyLife name. This country list of distribution has actually grown somewhat significantly since this slide was built. I think we're over 150 countries now worldwide, and well over $80 million per month in global revenue, which means that they're generating approaching $1 billion per year. What's extraordinary about this statistic is the company is less than 3 years old. So their mission to bring non-invasive healing to the world at a price that anyone and everyone can afford, while still making sure that European, specifically German technology, with Japanese assistance, is part of this equipment. So the very, very best of science matched with the lowest possible prices is really having an impact. And then, of course, we've been through all the verification. That was the primary focus of the video you just finished watching. So now we're transitioning to probably the most interesting part of this presentation is where we're going to shift gears and give individuals that have been using this technology, whether for weeks or months or maybe even longer, the opportunity to speak with you and share their personal experiences, a little bit more evidence of the efficacy of the technology we're talking about.
Thank you very much for a very eloquent presentation. And we'll just wait till we stop sharing the screen there, 2 seconds. Thank you. So if anybody, everyone that has cameras, open up your cameras so we can see more people here on the screen. We'll be less alone. Let's go, everyone. Open up your cameras. Don't be shy. Come online. Yes, 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 yes. Now you're telling me. We have a full house here today, and I'm very excited. And I want to thank everyone for being there today. And doesn't it feel better when you see a whole bunch of people and you're talking? You feel less alone. I'd like to first of all start with my testimonial very quickly. And one thing's for sure on the testimonials here today, I know that in the chats we're getting some questions about this. Listen, we're nobody here are medical advisors, so we're not going to answer any medical conditions, right? So just a question of compliancy. We are getting ready to enter the U.S. market by the big door. Like our products are not medical devices; they are wellness devices. Do you understand? There's a difference. These are wellness devices, and they are FDA approved in the U.S. So that's so huge for all of us, whether we're working the European market or the Australian market, because outside of Asia, it's the first market that we actually entered about a year ago, and we're making some nice waves. So USA is going to be the first country to actually have their own corporate office outside of the US. And when you see what we saw in Asia, you'll have an idea of what kind of office it is. It's pretty exciting. But I'd like to still have some testimonials here today. I'm going to start with mine, but please, no medical terms. Don't mention any medical names. Don't mention any cure, treatment, or completely healed. Okay, where please keep your testimonials in a more broad way of explaining it. So I'll explain to you what I mean. First of all, I was introduced to this product about a year ago. Why? Well, because one of my friends got on Zoom with me, and when he saw me on Zoom, he says, "Man, you look like a big S." I said, "I don't just look like that. I feel like that because I was going through some mental issues in my head. Like I was not in a very good state of mind. I was very unhappy. Things were not turning right in my brain. Like it's just something was wrong. Something was decalibrated." Well, I also had very chronic sleep issues. Like my sleep was really not good. I barely slept maybe 2 hours, 3 hours a night. And when I say slept 2, 3 hours, I don't mean together. I mean like I had a hard time falling asleep. When I'd fall asleep, I maybe slept 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and I'd wake up, have a hard time falling asleep. So you don't need to be a doctor to understand that. You need at least 5, 6 hours sleep. That's when our bodies regenerate ourselves, right? So my state of mind, my sleep, and I had many other things. Like I had some discoloration on my feet. You know, when as we're getting older, I'm 61 years old, so I started having some dark shades on top of my feet like some older people's they get it. Well, first thing that I noticed after about 10 days, and this with all honesty, everyone, it's the only reason why I'm here today, is for what it did to me. After 10 days, my sleep was back to normal. 7, 8, 9, 10 days. My sleep went back to normal. At first, I thought it was a placebo effect because sometimes we just imagine things. No, it's not a placebo effect. I've been sleeping well ever since for the last 10, 11 months. So that was the first, and just for the sleep, I'll use this device that, by the way, I have my feet on it right now while I'm talking to you. I'll use this device for the rest of my life, just for the sleep itself. Well, it didn't stop there because then I noticed after 2, 3 weeks, all of a sudden I started feeling better between my neurons here. It's like I was able to make the switch between the past, what happened to me, because some oftentimes when people go through a rough spot, it's because something happened in their past and they can't just seem to turn the switch, turn the page, it's like it's easy to say, but it's so hard to do. And many of us may go through some hard spots, whether you want to accept it or not. So I noticed after 3, 4 weeks, I was feeling better. After 1 month, a month and a half, I was better. I was better. And I've been very happy ever since. That's been for 10, 11 months. And you can ask all of my friends here who've known me for the last 3, 4 years. I was really in a rough spot, in a bad spot, and I've come out of that spot thanks to these wellness devices. It's really helped my mental state a lot. The other thing that I noticed too was the dark shades on top of my feet. Now, I won't get into any technical terms of what happened there because we're not doctors here. I told you we're going to be careful of the way we share things. But those dark shades have faded away. They have faded away. And when you watch that little video that John shared earlier, like your blood, everything is the essence is your blood. And unfortunately, toxins over time, maybe not when you're younger, but as we're getting older and older, all these toxins that we accumulate through time, whether it's our food supply, our water, the air we breathe, creams we put on our arm, everything's toxic. Well, as we're getting older and we're accumulating more and more toxins, at a certain point, you don't feel those toxins right away. You don't get sick of it right away. But over time, when there's too many, it creates a little bit of inflammation, which in turn starts making your blood not healthy, as you saw in that video. So when you understand that what this does to your blood alone, it should give you a better idea of why people are getting so many health benefits. So I'm all in. I'll use this for the rest of my life. 2 times a day. Once when I wake up in the morning, I can watch TV. I can do it when I'm on the computer. I can do it when I'm reading a book, when I'm meditating, when I'm listening to music. Amen. Thank you for these devices. All right. Does anybody want to raise their hand and share some stories here? Yes, go ahead. Jackie, I can see you waving. You're all excited. Let's go, Jackie. Bring it on. Unmute yourself. You're muted. You have to click on the mic. Oh, sorry. You know what? You're right. You know why you can't unmute yourself? Because I took the permission off to everyone. Thank you very much. Now you can unmute yourself.
Okay, I have one heck of a story. I had some major oral surgery done December 16th, and then again on January 15th. And they put rods and all kinds of stuff in my face. And it got so I had pain 24/7. I was ready to call the surgeon and say, take all this out. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I couldn't handle the pain. And my husband would tell you I've got a high pain tolerance. So I went to Trisha Costa's house. She's a good friend of mine. And she took one look at my face and said, whoa, what's wrong? I told her. She said, come over here and put your feet on this device. And then she kind of tells me what it is. I had no idea. And then she had me do the claw across my face really gently. And I went from 24/7 pain for 6 weeks to zero pain in one session. I went into my purse and I whipped that credit card out so fast you couldn't even, I mean, faster than a blink. I know. And then I put my card down and said, Trisha, I don't care what this costs. I don't care if my husband has to sell his Harley. I want one. And then she started laughing and she went, done. And she ordered it that night. But my husband also, he had a bad wound on his foot. This wound healing thing is amazing. He had a bad wound on his foot. He dropped a trailer on it. The wound was at first like an inch deep. And it was healing, but the doctor's like a wound care. He's like, no, 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 no. It's going to take a while. We've got another 6 to 8 weeks of me picking at it and cauterizing. He said that on a Tuesday. My husband put his feet on that device for a week. The next Tuesday we go, and the doctor's like, well, let's take a look at it. It's going to take us several weeks now. He takes the bandage off. I'm going to get a little disgusting here. He flicks the scab fell off. It was completely healed over.
Now,
Skin.
wait, we have to be careful about saying completely healed or completely
Oh,
gone or pain.
okay, that's what the doctor said.
Yes, all right.
Okay, so
just,
it
just like you can say that your pain went from 20 to
okay.
3, but let's
Okay.
not.
All right. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
No, I appreciate that. So I just want to say this properly because how would I tell people that my husband's wound went from, hey, it's going to be another 10 weeks to, oh my gosh, it's healed. I don't want to say that wrong. So what's
The
your
only
advice?
thing you need to say is that he didn't have to sell his Harley.
Yes, that's no, number one, exactly. And number two, like when you like, it's because it's all a question of, like we really want to protect the house here and
Right.
have a wonderful product and they are really so amazing. So I don't mind having some testimonials, but we have to be careful of the language that we're using and not using
Okay.
procured or completely gone because that's
Okay.
like stating some kind of condition that was no. But there's another way of talking about it. You can say that pain was so intense, I had a hard time living with it, and it
Mhm.
went 20 to 2 or 3, where it finally was bearable, like without saying,
Okay.
you just said it in another way. So that's all, because
Okay.
that what I see is you're
Uh,
excited and you believe in these frequencies. That's what we can
yeah,
tell here. And your husband still has his Harley?
he does.
Oh,
Yeah, he
well,
does.
so do I, sir. So maybe we can go for a Harley ride together.
Thank you, Luigi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing.
Uh,
Does anyone else want to share some improvements or something that has happened in their life? Please go ahead. You just have to unmute yourselves and come on. We have place for one or two short little stories. There's a lot of new people here, and maybe they want to hear some other, like here we can see pain reduction, we can hear about sleep, we can hear about our mental state. So there's a lot of things that this is touching. And is there anyone else with some other share that they want to share?
Aloha,
Let's go.
aloha. This is Melva from
Hello,
Hawaii.
Melva. Melva, my beautiful Melva. How are you?
Okay, a year ago, or actually 8 months ago, I thank Michelle for sharing the product and Alex for helping me as well to build a business, even though I was in convalescent from my hospital bed. And they were awesome. They told me just bring the people and they'll help me sign them up. So it started that way. And then this January, mid-January, I started to do this 40 day with the Lord, where I would fast, pray, read scriptures, declare God's word, and um, and go on my P90 as much as I can. And halfway through that 40 days, I ended up in a hospital again with more bacteria, so that had to be taken care of. But that didn't stop me. And when I came home, I kept on continuing my 40 day because I believed in a miracle on the 41st day. It's just like Moses on the 41st day, he received the Ten Commandments. Jesus Christ on the 41st day, he went on his mission. And I too felt that 41st day could be my miracle day. Well, this Monday, I went to my oncologist and I did tests, and my tumor marker dropped in half. And it's all because of prayer, Ethan's protocol, the P90, my declaring God's word, God's healing words. So it all works together, and it helped me go through or walk through the valley of shadow of death, and I became stronger, and I did not fear no evil. I just want to say that God is good. Our product is good. Try it out. Aloha.
Aloha. Oh, you're in beautiful Hawaii. Isn't that amazing? Lots of love, hugs, and I mean, seriously, we love you so much, Melva. You're a beautiful addition to our community, and we truly appreciate you. Listen, I'm excited. I know that a lot of you right now here online have stories to tell. It is what
Mm.
time? 5:42. Let's do one last 2 minute. Who else wants to share one last little story very quickly? Does anyone? Yes, go ahead, John. Hi, John. How are you?
Hi, Luigi. Um, OlyLife has caused a problem in my life. It's turned out that I've discovered that my wife is a thief. I look around for my I look around for my Galaxy goggles. My wife has stolen them. I look around for my wand. My wife has stolen them. I look around for my P90 Plus. My wife is. It's getting ridiculous. The good news is that I'm saving $400 in supplements now. I've just realized I don't need these things. I don't have the cravings anymore. I don't have the pain. I'm 75 years old and I have a few glitches here and there. And it's extraordinary how these devices help with my various glitches. We're calling them glitches.
Mhm.
And and some of you know that I've been involved in these spaces, and my wife's a homeopathic doctor for decades. Never have I seen anything like this equipment. And every day it just gets better and better and better.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for staying also, and also for listen. We are excited, and you can stay there 2 seconds because John has been in the industry also a long time. He was in a similar kind of company just before that. But yes, this is next level technology. And thank you for also keeping it in a language of glitches, because in the end, we all understood what you meant there. You're getting so many great results at the age you're at. And unfortunately, as we get older, yes, we have a lot of glitches that happen as we're getting older. And to see a lot of these things be elevated, to be reduced, or to be more support, like just to be able to feel better, like it's really life-changing technology. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate it. And you're going to have to buy two of each.
I see that.
Thank you very much, John. Wow, great stories. And I'm sure that there are many more here online. All right. But you know what? Let's get into the last little part that John is going to close on. Are you still there, John? John, are you still with us?
Of course.
Okay.
Want to get back into it?
Yeah. Let's get back into it.
Let's
finish
do
that
it.
last finish.
All right, this is the home stretch. We don't have much left. So, first of all, thanks very much to anyone and everyone that shared details in the testimonial section. It's extraordinary, and thanks also for your understanding in regards to how we're sort of monitoring how we share our testimonials. Remember, this is new for all of us, and we just want to make sure that while this movement is gaining incredible momentum, we're really just at the very beginning of this. We just want to make sure that we don't do anything that accidentally handicaps things and slows the growth of things. But congratulations to all of you for your extraordinary benefits that you're seeing, and for all of you that didn't share, but the extraordinary benefits that you're seeing as well. The list is really quite astounding.
I have just one last sentence I want to share just before you continue is, for those people that came here today just to learn about the products, all right, thank you very much for coming. If you enjoyed what you heard about the products and the stories, and I mean, there's no secret. We just purchased the device and we saw it for ourselves, and that's all you really need to do. And how do you do that? You get back to the person who invited you to this call, and you order a device, and you can thank them and thank all of us after, because that's what we're seeing throughout the field here. But this last little portion is something that I think is still, we can talk about, but not very long, just for 5-10 minutes. We don't want to get into too much of it. But what if I told you that you could actually get one of these devices for free? Would you be ready to listen for 5-10 minutes? Well, if you are, go ahead, John. Tell us how.
Sure. So we've got one more video that we're going to play. Very short. It's only 5 minutes, but it's going to give you a clear understanding of the diversity of the products that OlyLife is manufacturing using this technology, and then we'll do a bit of a wrap up, and that's it. We'll call it a day.
Your day doesn't slow down, so your wellness routine shouldn't feel like another full-time job. OlyLife is built for real life, simple sessions, clear controls, and tools you can use in minutes, at home, at work, or on the go. This is OlyLife, a modern wellness ecosystem built around advanced frequency technologies and smart lifestyle devices. At the core is PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic field energy, designed to support daily balance and recovery routines. And in select devices, terahertz energy is paired with PEMF, bringing a deeper, at-home tech experience into your everyday rhythm. To begin, choose your level, $1,000, $2,000, or $6,000 in product value, based on your goals and how you want to start. At $1,000, choose your first experience. OlyLife Terahertz, Terra P90. OlyLife Shaken Massager with the OlyLife Smartwatch, OlyWatch, or a lifestyle combo like OlyLife Galaxy G1, plus the OlyLife Terahertz Vitality Wand. At $2,000, those seeking a more comprehensive approach can combine two devices for fuller coverage, like OlyLife Terahertz Terra P90 Plus with OlyLife Galaxy G1, unlocking even more full-body support and eye care comfort. Or pair OlyLife Shaken with OlyLife Terahertz Terra P90, or with Terahertz Terra P90 Plus for a stronger tech routine from day one. And if you're launching with business momentum, $6,000 lets you build a demo-ready lineup so you can share more product experiences from day one. And And for those who want the most complete starting point, $6,000 gives you the flexibility to build a well-rounded set of OlyLife experiences, so you can stay consistent personally and easily share the technology with the people around you. Now let's tour the ecosystem, device by device, and spotlight the technology inside each one. First, OlyLife Terahertz, Terra P90, a daily wellness platform built with bioelectromagnetic energy and terahertz energy. It operates at 1 megahertz and uses a focused terahertz band of 3 to 3,000 micrometers, with an energy plate designed to deliver consistent energy transfer through the session. Compact and easy to build into your routine, at home, at the office, or while traveling. Want the flagship system? Meet OlyLife Terahertz, Terra P90 Plus, a complete platform built around PEMF integrated technology with upgrades for a more personalized experience. You get 20-level intensity control, an infrared remote, and upgraded safety features, including fuse protection, plus an upgraded foot pedal design that fits up to shoe size 12.5 US. Included is the Frost Age Beauty device, combining RF, radio frequency, with EMZ, electrical muscle stimulation, for a focused, tech-driven skincare routine. And the Revitalux massager, built with 3-in-1 magnetic fusion, pulsed electromagnetic, static magnetic, and rotating magnetic fields, plus EMZ, TENS, and red light therapy for targeted comfort routines. For eye comfort, there's OlyLife Galaxy G1, a smart eye device built around low-frequency PEMF technology. G1 features 6-zone 3D airbag mating, intermittent low-frequency vibration, and a graphene 42 degrees Celsius constant temperature warm compress, plus signature design tech like bionic ultravision, portable full-fit technology, and a barrier-free see-through design so you can keep moving while you use it. Now, one of the newest additions, OlyLife Shaken Massager, a smart belt that comes with a complimentary OlyLife smartwatch, also known as OlyWatch, for control and session tracking. Shaken is a 7-in-1 tech stack, PEMF, ultrasound, RF, red light, heat therapy, vibration, and air massage, all designed into one streamlined waist belt system, with 3 simple modes: body shaping, massage, and heat therapy. It's easy to build a routine. Many people start with Shaken first, then follow with Terahertz Terra P90 or Terra P90 Plus for a complete 2-step session. For targeted comfort, the OlyLife Terahertz Vitality Wand combines terahertz waves, where 1 terahertz corresponds to wavelengths from 3 to 3,000 micrometers, with PEMF ultra-long waves, thermal energy transfer, and air massage, using controlled airflow for uniform pressure and easy one-click operation. For hydration, the OlyLife H Plus Bar Molecular Hydrogen Infuser is built with 2 key functions. It produces hydrogen water, water infused with dissolved H2, and uses MRET low-frequency resonance technology with a dual-chamber design, an enhanced proton exchange membrane, and pressure injection hydrogen dissolution for daily use. For your environment, OlyLife A9 Smart Anion Bama Air combines high concentration anion output, up to 200 million per cubic centimeter, with a HEPA filter, plus smart features like 3 modes, lighting, a real-time display, and phone app control. For women's care, OlyLife Skyline SL6 Smart Cloud Sense Sanitary Napkin is designed with advanced material science, a smart composite chip combining magnetic microunits, far infrared ceramic crystals, and graphene, plus a breathable bamboo fiber surface, an ultra-thin 0.8 millimeter absorbent core, and an antibacterial odor control system using T polyphenols, silver ions, and negative ions. And coming soon, OlySpring, an Arctic cold spring-inspired smart water system designed for hot and cold hydration on demand with OlyWatch ecosystem integration. From morning to night, OlyLife makes it easier to stay consistent wherever life happens. Whether you start at $1,000, build a stronger routine at $2,000, or launch with $6,000, your OlyLife toolkit is customizable, and every product plays a role in the ecosystem. Choose your first device, then build your ecosystem. Welcome to OlyLife.
Okay, now we're going to wrap up by sharing a few statistics with you. As we mentioned before, this project is still less than 3 years old. I want to share some stats with you. First of all, as to what we're expecting in this frequency wellness sphere by the end of this decade. We're projecting this to be a $100 billion USD space. What that means, of course, and for those of you who have been business owners in the past, it means that there is what we would refer to as a mega trend that is building. And if you have some experience, that you know one of the easiest ways to be successful in any endeavor is, of course, to align yourself with new or growing trends. There's already 500 individuals that have purchased OlyLife gear and have decided, because of their enthusiastic participation, their experience themselves, they have decided to make some recommendations to friends and those around them. And over the course of time, they've created more than $1 million in earnings. And remember, this is less than 3 years. We talked about $80 million per month in revenue, making OlyLife essentially a $1 billion per year company already. And the fact that we're expecting frequency healing to really become a standard moving forward as more and more of the science and already authenticated research starts to become more common knowledge with people. Now, one of the other things that's very interesting is that this prosperity plan that OlyLife is releasing, remember, their focus was, without any compromise in technology, to bring out the lowest priced PEMF and terahertz equipment available, and at the same time operate in such a way that sharing is incredibly easy for us. And one of the ways they do that is there are no monthly costs for us. Once you purchase anything from OlyLife, you are a member of the community for life. That's it. There's never another cost that you're going to be faced with. There's no monthly recurring cost, no auto ship, so to speak. There's no annual renewal fees. There's nothing, absolutely nothing to be worried about. So this ultimately brings us to the wrap up. And for the benefit of the friend that asked you to attend this presentation, these 3 options I'm going to share with you, I'd encourage you to share which of these 3 options is most appropriate fit for you. Now you can see there's 3 individuals on the screen. The very enthusiastic gentleman in the blue shirt, he's falling into the category where he sees the product benefits clear as day and wants to make sure he's a product user. The young lady in the tan suit, she wants to use the products, but is also open to the potential of earning more with it. And the gentleman in the sweater, he sees the big picture and he wants to not only benefit from the health and wellness aspects of OlyLife, but really wants to get involved in the business side of things as well. So let your friends know which one of these options is most appropriate for you. And we want to thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to be here.